So there's this really good movie called The Wise Kids, where the main character Tim is gay, but also happens to live in the very American Christian Bible Belt. But this movie does not play out the way you think. Like oil and water, usually LGBT people and traditional religions have not mixed well, especially in movies. But The Wise Kids is a special film in that it subverts the type of typical religious gay film. Tim's Christian friends, one of them is conflicted and upset and thinks that Tim being gay is a sin. But the other one actually questions her own beliefs and does research. This film even has one of the most chillest, calm coming out scenes ever. And remember, this being a Christian film. And it succeeds because it has a nuanced approach of faith and sexual orientation. And I think this film is rare in its approach that the religious people are not shown as pure evil, even though they might not accept the character's sexual orientation. This is not certainly always the case. In the film Boy Erased, also taking place in a Christian Baptist environment, has a completely different approach. This coming out scene is very different. Just look at his parents' faces. He, of course, is sent to a gay conversion camp filled with other gay people. By the way, Troye Sivan is in this too. Now, this is a nightmare scenario version of The Wise Kids, and a much more typical version of a gay movie dealing with religion that you would expect. And this film is definitely worth watching, especially if you're open to witness the dangerous, counterintuitive ways that gay conversion therapy affects the most vulnerable. And unfortunately, this scenario is definitely not a falsehood. It's a true reality for some queer people. So The Wise Kids and Boy Erased, they show two different realities of what could happen in a religious-based environment. I was raised Catholic, and I don't consider myself religious anymore. Thank God I'm an atheist now. And thankfully, my experience wasn't like Boy Erased or even like The Wise Kids. And I feel like it's almost a gay subgenre of like the gay conversion movie. And a lot of times, you know, when there's religion involved in a gay movie, it's not going to be a positive sort of film. But what happens if we take that holy book and make it gay? This is exactly what the Portuguese movie The Ornithologist did. It's a surreal, bizarre journey through the woods. And what makes it special is that instead of showing the combative relationship of LGBT people to religion, it subverts all of that and reimagines the religion itself to be gay. It uses the traditional story of Saint Anthony and all the miracles he experienced and puts it into gay context. In doing so, we are forced to see this traditional religious story through a gay perspective, making the heterosexual religious people see their religion in a gay world. This is a film that works even if you don't know the story of Saint Anthony. If you like strange films or the work of David Lynch, I highly recommend this film. That was really an interesting approach that this Portuguese director took, that instead of having the gay characters, the queer characters be treated as the victims of the Holy Book, he puts them front and center as the main characters. And although religion and gay movies haven't been totally compatible, there are new, deeper, nuanced ways to approach this topic, even if it makes us feel angry or uncomfortable. I mean, overall, you know, I have mixed feelings about religion and always have. Just a side note, I mean, it's a choice to be religious. It's not a choice to be gay. But anyways, I'm just going off on a tangent. But it's a complicated issue. What is your overall feeling about gay religious films? And if you want to watch more queer films, I have some on my channel.